Since Harry and Meghan announced their return from the United States to the United Kingdom, they have faced humiliation from TV presenters on live TV, to the point that Harry and Meghan might be regretting their decision due to this constant humiliation. When Harry and Meghan made the announcement, they thought everybody would receive them with open arms, but what they received was bullets of humiliation. The first person who gave a response to their return was Bill Maher, an American television host and comedian. Bill wasn't holding back, as he stated that today is his happiest day for America because the Duke and Duchess of Sussex would be going back to the United Kingdom.
I can see it in your eyes. I know why you're happy today. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are going back to England. I tell you, that ice doesn't around, huh? It's not that. This was Harry's idea. He wants to be closer to the family that's not speaking to him. And I think...
And then Megyn Kelly had to weigh in. She was practically praising the heavens over what she called the most important deportation that could unite all of America. In her words, it would be like Independence Day, because Harry and Meghan would finally be leaving American soil. The Americans had spoken, and the message was simple. In 6 years, Harry and Meghan added no meaningful importance or economic benefit to the country that took them in. And Megyn Kelly made sure the whole world heard that point loud and clear.
Today, 2 important self-deportations that can unite all of America. This is the first thing we've been able to agree upon in over a decade. Meghan and Harry are leaving. Praise Jesus. They're going. Get back to the UK. Go become somebody else's problem. We're sick of you. We have enough weirdos, narcissistic, obsessed Americans already. The country's full. It's saturated. Go home, Harry. We never wanted you here to begin with.
And GB News was not going to miss this moment either. They dedicated an entire segment to Harry and Meghan's return, and the presenter came out swinging. And honestly, the GB News presenter said what a lot of people in Britain were already thinking. Because let us be real for a second. These are 2 people who left the United Kingdom dramatically, told the world how toxic and unbearable it was, built an entire brand around escaping it, and are now quietly tiptoeing back in through the back door.
Good evening. So, Harry and Meghan are coming back to Britain. I wonder how they'll be getting here. My money is on a small boat across the channel. Think about it. It all makes sense. They could virtue signal about helping poor refugees. They could get more taxpayer-funded handouts. And they wouldn't even have to work, would they? And they'll be given a house. Although the rumours are that they've already found themselves a lovely place in the Cotswolds. In fact, apparently, Jay-Z and Beyonce own some land there. And we know how Harry and Meghan feel about Jay-Z and Beyonce, don't we?
And then a panelist on the show said something that the entire internet immediately screenshotted and shared. He compared Harry and Meghan to a rebellious teenager who storms out of the house, convinced they can handle the world alone, only to quietly creep back when the money runs out and the fridge is empty. And honestly, that comparison is painfully accurate. Harry left the royal family declaring independence. He had Netflix, he had Spotify, he had Oprah, and he had California. 6 years later, the deals are gone, the friends are stepping back, and the children are enrolled in British schools. The royal family is the milk, and Harry has crawled back for a feed.
This reminds me of, you move out as a stroppy teenager because you've got your student loan, you think you're rich, you think you can survive without your parents, you're gone for 6 months and then the student loan runs out and you realise you need your mum.
He was in his
in this case, Well, in this case, he needs his dad and he comes.
Harry and Meghan planned an experiment. They intended to leave the royal institution behind because they believed they could build something bigger. But years later, they are now returning to Britain. And meanwhile, the Grand Montecito experiment simply did not produce what was promised. Their return, according to the TV host, is a great admission of failure, and now they are returning with bowed heads of shame. Reports suggest they are settling in the Cotswolds, and I hope you remember the fruit platter and the pretzel transfer, because Meghan is bringing all of that energy to the English countryside now. The Cotswolds has some of the finest restaurants and most celebrated food culture in the entire country. Michelin-starred chefs have been operating in that region for decades. But do not worry about any of that because Meghan Markle is moving in and she has a Netflix show about cutting pineapples. The people of the Cotswolds have absolutely no idea what is coming their way.
But I suppose she's always got her cookery skills to fall back on. The good people of the Cotswolds, which only have 5 Michelin-star restaurants to choose from, will never have been served anything of Meghan's calibre.
And then there is the jam. Meghan has been selling small jars at premium prices to her wealthy California fans. But the British are not impressed by a jar with a ribbon on it. They have been making their own jam since before Meghan was born. So what exactly is she going to do all day in the Cotswolds? Practice new dance moves, work on Spare 2, and beg Netflix to host it? The woman who called herself a global entrepreneur has arrived in Britain with jam, a fruit platter, and a lot of free time.
The thing is, I worry that Meghan is going to struggle for work. Because it's one thing selling ridiculously overpriced jam to gullible Yanks who think that she's a genuine member of the royal family. Just look at that, 10 quid for a tiny little pot of jam there. But unfortunately for her in Britain, even the jam at Harrods only costs 7. And you can wander into a Marks and Spencer's and get a fair trade strawberry jam for just 1 quid.
And speaking of making money, Harry is probably already in a room somewhere writing Spare 2. And they might also be planning to make a documentary about their return. Netflix will probably pass, but they will find someone, because at this point, anything that can print money is on the table. But here is the question that nobody in their camp seems to be able to answer. If Britain was so toxic, so damaging, and so unbearable that you had to flee 6 years ago and write a tell-all book about it, what exactly has changed? You spent years telling the world how terrible it was. And now you are moving back quietly with 2 children and a jar of jam. Which version of the story are we supposed to believe?
A Spare 2.0 will absolutely be in the works. And then there'll be the Netflix specials. It'll be Harry and Meghan, My Life in the Country, Harry and Meghan and the Chickens, Harry and Meghan on the Farm. Heck, they may as well make an appearance on Love Island while they're there. In Search of a Duchess, the farmer wants a wife style. I mean, this is the kind of crap that they would do to make money.
And here is the part that makes William's blood boil. Harry spent years airing every piece of royal dirty laundry he could find. The memoir, the interviews, the Netflix documentary. He washed it all in public and hung it out for the entire world to see. And now he wants to come back and have the palace help clean up the mess he made. There is not a laundrette big enough in the universe to wash everything Harry put out there.
Because but Harry has washed all this dirty linen in public.
Yeah.
I still remember the classic quote from Paul Dacre, who used to be my boss many years ago on the Daily Mail, and he said, "There is not a laundrette anywhere in the universe big enough to wash the amount of dirty linen he has washed in public."
This roast of Harry and Meghan is just the beginning, because the British press is absolutely ready for this. Royal reporters who have spent 6 years setting their alarms at odd hours just to catch the latest Sussex drama coming out of California can finally relax. No more time zone struggles, no more watching LA reporters get all the exclusives. Harry and Meghan are coming home and the British tabloids are sharpening their pens as we speak. Because if there is one thing the British press is very good at, it is covering Harry and Meghan. And now they are going to have front row seats again. Harry and Meghan left Britain to escape the media, and they are walking straight back into the most aggressive royal press in the world.
I'm so excited about Harry and Meghan moving back because it's just going to be the most unbelievable story. It's going to be the most incredible drama. They're back on my patch. They're back on my wheelhouse. I'm not going to have to look resentfully at all these people in LA getting stories that I couldn't possibly get. So it's going to be if you think the last 6 years has been crazy, wait till what's going to happen over the next couple of years.
And this is the part that really makes you think. Meghan sat down with Oprah and told the world the royal family was racist. She said she left because of the disrespect and the question about how dark her baby's skin would be. That was her reason for leaving. And now she is voluntarily packing up her children and bringing them back to that same country, to those same people, to that same institution.
Why would you want your kids to keep the Prince and Princess title when you've called the whole institution racist?
This is the problem.
Can't have it both ways, can you?
And the timing of this return is what makes it so interesting. Harry and Meghan did not come back because things were going well. They did not come back because they missed the countryside or wanted a change of scenery. They came back because the American dream they sold to the world did not deliver. So, there you have it. What do you think about these humiliations? Let us know in the comments section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.